Hi, I'm Dr. Gilbert, and here we are with Megan. Hi, Megan. Megan Handy. She is one of our health coaches here at Oregon Weight and Wellness, and she has invited us into her kitchen. Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
And for our chow, Megan, we've been trying to get a little momentum going with the chow, but as we teach people, our clients at Oregon Weight and Wellness, you know, baby steps, give yourself grace. So we've been giving ourselves some grace and time to get this ball rolling. But
exactly, we
had a great time. I think our last time was with Rachel, one of our other health coaches, and man, she
that was fun to watch.
Yeah, super. Yeah, yes.
It was really fun.
Yeah, so much energy. So, so thank you for inviting us to your kitchen today. Tell us, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about you and your family. And
okay.
Yeah.
So it's me and my husband, and we have a 10-month-old, and I'm also 5.5 months pregnant.
Wow.
With the second boy.
Easy.
And,
okay.
That was on purpose. We're trying to get it over with.
That's awesome. Okay.
And yeah, I actually have my parents in town visiting, so
nice.
It makes it nice because then I don't have to try to do this and baby at the same time.
Right. It is a lot to juggle.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot to juggle because you work, you have a job, your husband works.
Yes.
Baby on the way.
Yes.
And you try to do meal prep all the time.
Right.
So, and healthy meal prep.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but
because he's starting to eat solids
now.
now.
Okay, yeah.
So I am very set on, teaching him from a very young age about healthy food and eating and everything. And so that has really motivated me.
Yeah. Now my daughter has, she's almost 2-year-old. Oh, on the 20th, Megan.
Yay.
Marin's too. But yeah, and she uses a technique that I hadn't been familiar with, I think, gosh, I'm gonna say it wrong, but baby-led feeding.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do too, where you give them the food like as it is.
Yeah.
So not like pureeing everything or feeding them jars of baby food. So that way they get used to the different flavors and textures. And it also, they are focused on feeding themselves. So it's really fun.
Right. And I think it probably helps develop their musculature in their mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our pediatrician really recommended that because it helps with fine motor skills and
which is kind of, pendulum swing from like Dr. Spock when, I think that was probably what mom was. And everything pureed and, and everything like that. And way back when I can think of an ad where they had the baby drinking the Coke bottle. Oh, I know. Yeah. Right.
Oh,
anyway.
My God.
I know. But so glad and it's exciting. And I see my granddaughter eating just real whole food. And it's beautiful.
Right.
I love it.
Well, and then also for parents, then you don't have to make 2 separate meals.
Right.
Because you should, you want everyone to eat healthy. And so we should all be eating the same thing. It's really nice.
Exactly. Yeah, cool. So you're developing healthy habits from the get-go, and then you're not going to have that struggle and fight,
right.
And I know that it really takes time to introduce new foods and different flavors, different textures. So
and it's scary at first when you're not doing purees. But once I feel like they'll let you know, like when they're ready. Once they get ready, it's like all he wants to do is feed himself. He doesn't want me to feed him.
Yeah.
So
great. Okay. So all right. So thank you for inviting us into your busy life and your beautiful kitchen.
Happy to have you.
Yeah. And so tell us what you're going to make for us today.
So today we're making a chicken salad. I felt like because it's summer. I mean, sort of.
Wait, what?
It's supposed to be summer.
It's raining outside.
It's so gray and gloomy on June 10th.
Yeah, right. Anyway.
Well, for this, put this in your pocket for later when it gets warmer. But and I really like this recipe because it's super adaptable to whatever your dietary needs are. So you can do it as is, or you can make it lower carb, or you can do plant-based and, and not use chicken. You can use chickpeas. So there's a lot of ways to make it work for you.
Versatile.
Yeah, and it's also very easy.
Yeah, that's what I love.
Yes,
Easy.
yeah.
That's what we need. Easy.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of did some of the prep work
awesome.
already.
Okay.
So
I
I
need to work, by the way. My hands are
okay. Yeah, we're
clean
gonna
like a surgeon.
what we need to do is actually made like
that's a whole chicken.
Yeah, I made a rotisserie chicken in the Instapot.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I
show us that a little closer.
I think I need to do it more often.
Yeah,
it kind of like exploded.
That's beautiful.
But we're gonna cut it up.
What kind of seasonings do you have on that?
Oh, it was paprika or oregano, thyme, garlic, onion powder, black pepper, salt. And that's it.
So did you just mix that together and then rub it on the chicken?
I did. You dry off the chicken.
Okay.
You take out the insides, you dry off the chicken, you rub on the seasoning, and then I also stuffed 2 lemon halves in the middle.
Right.
And then you put it in, you like saute it in the Instapot, and then you Instapot it, pressure cook it for like 28 minutes.
Right.
It actually it's like super simple. But you know, you can make this even easier by getting a rotisserie chicken at the store or, you know, whatever. But I don't want my son to have a lot of sodium. They tell you to be very careful about salt at this age. So I wanted to do my own.
Yeah, cool.
That way I can control the amount of sodium.
Exactly. Yeah. We're learning. Yeah. Because anytime we're buying packaged or processed food, you're going to expect more salt, more sugar, more fat.
Yeah.
So doing it yourself didn't take that long, and it didn't sound that complicated. I've never done a whole chicken in the Instant Pot, but I have one. I'm going to try it. Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. So what we're going to do is just kind of
we're going to move this down here.
We want to start cutting it up and just taking it apart. So, and you can do, I mean, you could also just like roast chicken breasts, you know, if you wanted to just have white meat. But we're kind of just gonna tear it up.
Tear it up.
Yeah. So then the other stuff, I'm not gonna do the skin because that's not gonna be good in the chicken salad.
Right.
The other things that I have ready. This is like so messy.
Hey, you can wash your hands, right?
Right. These hands are clean for sure.
Interesting. I just read, so I'm reading through another book. This Dr. William Lee, it's Eat to Beat Disease.
Okay.
And he talks about specifically chicken thighs and how healthful they are. And I can't remember exactly what it is about specifically the thigh versus the breast. You know, it's the dark versus the white meat.
Sure.
But the chicken thigh is particularly, there's your lemon, that is particularly good for health. And now, and you know, we want to get the chickens, and when we can, you know, when our budget allows, you know, from the chickens that ran around. Right. Yeah. Outside of the barn. Right.
Right.
Not all cooped up. And they were able to peck and scratch their own, you know, feed.
Right. Food. And that's what this is too, because that was another reason why I wanted to do my own.
Right.
And I was able to find free range organic chicken at Roth's.
No way. Okay. Okay. That's a good source.
Yeah.
And I know it's a little spendier, but
that's what I've heard.
We want to invest in what we ingest.
Right.
Because if you don't pay now, I mean, it sounds cliche, but it's the truth. You pay later.
Yes. And I don't have we live in West Salem, and there's a Roth's literally like 5 minutes away. So I am willing to pay for that convenience because I don't have time to be driving all over Salem.
And you know, when you roast it like this, Megan, my understanding is that we're gonna get so much more nutrient density because when it's roasted on the bones, then you're getting all those minerals from the bones and the cartilage. They're going to get into the meat.
I never thought about that.
And you're going to have much more density of of nutrition. So this is really good. I'm so glad that, because I don't often think about roasting a whole chicken, but
no, I usually equate that to like a huge pain in the neck.
Right, but it looks like you're making it look super easy. Okay.
So what you'll do is you'll just debone the whole thing. If you're doing a whole chicken.
Sure.
And then we'll chop all that up.
Okay. And the other thing that I'm thinking of, is that we can throw all that carcass right back in the pot.
That's
right. Yeah. And make a bone broth. Yeah. Throw it back in the pot with, carrot, celery, onion, and maybe a little more thyme or whatever. Maybe our own little sea salt or whatever salt. And even in the Instant Pot, and then make that bone broth.
In the Instant Pot.
And that's just going to make it go further. Is it further or farther? Okay. And it's going to make that go farther. And then so you're just getting even more value from the chicken, from the free range chicken. Right. So thank you, chicken. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that bone broth, then you can use for soup starters or, and so many different things. When I make a beef bone broth, I use that in stews, soups. I use that. Sometimes I make a gravy. Yeah. So it's very utilitarian.
Let me get another container.
Okay. Yeah, this smells so good. I can smell the lemon. I can smell that oregano and the thyme. Yeah. My son grilled some. He's home from college right now.
Oh, fun.
So my youngest is 21. Ezekiel. And he loves to grill, and so
I saw his two of you, and you do your salmon recipe.
Yeah, that was so delicious. And he used paprika on that too. Paprika is a spice I frequently don't think about.
I know,
but it was.
I also like the color that it adds.
It's so pretty.
Yeah,
so pretty, that red. Yeah, and so he grilled us. We had salmon. And twice this week, and then also some rockfish. And then I ate it, and I had it cold. I felt so good because I'm eating fish, a couple times a week.
Right.
So So then just
does he do a lot of cooking when he's home?
Yeah, he does, and he actually purposefully lives off campus so he can do his own cooking for himself at school.
Did you start that like when he was a kid, or did he become interested on his own?
Right. Well, it's been hey, I'm supposed to be asking you the question.
Well, I was thinking of what can I do with my son?
No, good. Our kind of journey into more health and wellness started when he was a teenager, and so we just kind of took a look at the food that we were eating and feeling like it was relatively healthy, but we just saw that, wow, there's sugar in this orange juice, and this bagel doesn't have a lot of nutrient density, and anyway, so we really took a deep dive and said, okay, we're going to take the sugar out of the food that we're eating. We're going to put it in dessert. I'm not going to say we can't eat dessert. We're going to just keep sugar in dessert where it belongs.
Right.
And, you don't have to have dessert after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner, right?
No.
On the weekend, special, like it was when we were growing up. And then we certainly didn't want to drink any sugary drinks.
Right.
And so we took the sugar out of the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and we decided that we were going to pack the school lunches, and because unfortunately, no shame, no judgment, but unfortunately, school lunches,
they need some work.
They're processed. They're pretty highly processed. So we went from we really decreased the processed food. We decided not to drink any kind of juice, and Anyway, and so we got more into the kitchen,
and he was part of that.
And he was part of that. That's right.
Yeah,
yeah. And all my kids like to cook. Actually, all four of them really enjoy cooking, and they're very good. We were at our oldest this last weekend, and we had delicious. One of the specialties there, he makes this tomatilla salsa. It's really good. Yeah.
Oh,
so you're just chopping this up.
Yeah, I'm just chopping it up. It doesn't have to be perfect or pretty because it certainly is not right now.
Yeah, no. And so you're just chopping this up. I'm going to show everybody. Just
I definitely need a good knife. This is not a good set that we have, but I was inspired by your cooking demo, and then Rachel's about having a good knife, and these ones are just like from Costco, and they're just like serrated.
Oh yeah.
So
okay, so
I can't even sharpen it.
Shane, wherever you are,
yes.
The next birthday anniversary,
right? Well, but the reason
just because, right, Shane? Yes. Just because,
exactly,
because she makes beautiful meals for you.
Yes. So our problem is he always wants to like research to find the best knife and what kind should we get.
We've had some good luck with Cutco knives.
Okay.
Yeah. And what's nice about those is you can send them back and they'll sharpen them for you. Wow. So we've had good fortune with those, and they'll, they're not the most expensive. I was going to say sharpest, knife in the
tool in the shed.
No, they're not the most expensive tool in the shed, but they do pretty good. All right. So you got your chicken cut up.
I've got the chicken
roasted, free range,
organic.
Checking all those boxes there. That's awesome. Cooked on the bone, beautiful. All right.
So we got white meat and dark meat in here. I made Instapot, I made brown rice in my Instapot. I use my Instapot for almost practically everything that you can. Yeah, I boil eggs in there, and they come out perfect all the time. The shell just like falls off. I do quinoa in there. There's so many things. So I have my 2 cups of brown rice. Again, you could do a lower carb.
Oh, no. Okay, we're back. I think we're back. Are we back?
We're live.
It
still says 18.
Yeah,
so
okay.
You never left.
We're back.
Okay.
I won't touch the computer. All right.
Okay.
All right. So brown rice.
You could do cauliflower rice.
Oh yeah.
You could do quinoa. You could do, I don't know, anything that you want. I like the texture of the brown rice.
Right. So you're talking about whole grain quinoa. Yep. It's going to have a little more fiber, a little more protein. And the same with the brown rice, a little more fiber, a little more protein. If you want lower carb, you're talking about cauliflower rice. I love the cauliflower rice. And I've not bought it. I have better luck when I buy it frozen versus the fresh stuff.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Okay, and then I have 2 apples.
Ooh, yum.
That I've cubed. And so these are organic apples, and again, you could do jicama if you wanted to do something lower carb, or celery, maybe. I'm not sure.
I love the pectin in the apple, and then I love that you left the peel.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because most of that nutrient density is toward the outer part of the apple.
Right.
Yeah. Just stirring that up there.
Good apple. Yes. Yeah. And then we've got 2 cups of organic purple grapes, and you could do cherry tomatoes instead of grapes, or what else could you do? Yeah. Instead of a grape, because I know there's quite a bit of carbs in grapes.
Well, I'm going to say also that there is good nutrient density there too, because you're having the purple in the grape, and that's got that resveratrol and the other And the other thing is that when you eat that grape with the protein, it has a different effect on your blood sugar than if you ate the grape by itself.
Yeah, like just a bunch of grapes. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got water chestnuts. I bought a can of water chestnuts at Roth's. They're in the Asian food section, and they're sliced already, so I didn't have to slice them. And
they're going to add a little crunch.
Yep.
A little more fiber.
Yep.
Yeah. A little crunch.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then we've got some slivered almonds. I didn't sliver these. I bought them slivered.
Healthy fat there.
Yeah. And then we've got some chopped walnuts. The recipe actually called for chopped pecans, but I prefer walnuts.
And you know what? Walnuts really checks all the boxes.
Right.
Because walnuts, I mean, they have all the great things that help with your gut health, and they help your blood flow, and they help your brain to function, and they help immune function and stem cell production. And one more thing, can I do it? Well, I said 5 things I think I did. Yeah. Yeah. So they, walnuts check all about that. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to do a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Oh.
And I kind of liberal with it because I love cinnamon.
Me too. And it lowers your blood pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It makes this salad taste so good.
Yeah. I'm going through myself. Immune, blood. Yeah. Autophagy. I also think it helps with autophagy. Now you're doing a little mayo there.
Yeah.
I'm measuring that out.
Yeah. I'm going to do 2 cups.
What kind do you use?
So I've got the Primal Kitchen mayo with avocado oil. I actually got this big jar.
Let's show this up here. Oh, they sell this at Costco.
Yes. I was very excited.
Yeah.
So it's 2 cups. I mean, you could maybe sub a little bit with Greek yogurt.
Yeah,
or,
right. Greek yogurt would add a little more protein.
Sure.
Maybe lower the fat if you wanted to. Right. And probably keep the same flavor though.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And you can, you want to do that to taste. I'm thinking, right?
Yes.
My husband loves creamy.
Yeah. So does mine. That's why we're doing.
Yeah. So
2 cups of mayo.
So we got to put, if we have it. If he has it on a sandwich, you got to put mayo on the sandwich.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Okay, so we're gonna add in this 2 cups of mayo. And so the way that I had it when you got here, I kind of had like all of my little like dishes, all of these little like serving dishes.
Oh yeah.
With everything measured out already. I do that even when you're not coming over to film.
Okay.
Just because it makes it so much easier, and I also feel like I'm able to keep it cleaner.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, well, you've not made it a mess at all.
Trying.
Somebody's talking.
Yes, somebody's waking up.
I hear Lincoln. Such a sweet sound.
Yes. He is really gabby.
Yeah. 10 months?
Yep.
Yeah.
10 months.
That's amazing. Does he say mama, mama?
Well, yeah, but not
kind of babbling.
Like
purposeful. Okay. He's practicing.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna get
Just a little bit more. Oh, okay.
Because it was like bendy.
Looking good there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's loaded with, all whole food. And it's got good protein. You've got, I suppose you could put a little green onion in that if you want.
Yeah, that's what's so great about it is you could add whatever you want. Like you could do celery, you could do cucumber, you could do, you could do onion. I actually don't like onion.
Oh, that's okay.
It's something I'm really sad that I don't. It makes life difficult, but So then I got, what we're going to do is we're going to put this on a bed.
Okay.
Lettuce.
Oh, wow. All right.
And that is how we eat it. So the, when I had, right after I had Lincoln, my husband's coworker actually brought this over to us. She made it and she brought it over for us. Yeah. And we both were like, what is this? Like, we're so sleep deprived and hungry. And
and how wonderful for someone to bring you this delicious, wholesome meal.
So I made him get the recipe, and I've adapted a little bit to my
your taste
preference. But so I've got some organic arugula that's already been washed.
Yes. So we're gonna get our vegetables in there. We're gonna get our colors in there, and then we're gonna get our whole grain and healthy fat and our protein. So it's a great meal.
Yes, it's so yummy.
And,
God, now he's singing, or he's trying to sing. Okay.
Run away.
Actually, one of my dogs really loves salad.
Okay, well, I'll leave that right down there for your dog.
He loves some salad. So then we're just gonna scoop
that is. Okay.
on top of here.
That looks gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good view.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it really well.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Wow. And really, it didn't take a whole lot of time.
No.
I mean, you can even shorten that by some prep ahead of time.
Which is what I did. So you can make that brown rice anytime. You can make the chicken anytime.
Right. Yeah.
A couple days in advance so that it's
and
ready.
have you ever made the brown rice and frozen it? Or
I have not.
Yeah,
I usually use it.
Yeah,
within the week.
Within the week. So you make it one day and it lasts another week. But wow, look how gorgeous that is. Yeah, show that right up to the camera there. Megan, this looks fabulous. So I'm assuming you served this up so I could taste it.
I sure did. Okay. No, you're not allowed to have any. These are my 2 bowls. I'm pregnant.
Oh, this looks delicious. So thank you so much. And bon appetit. Or we should say chow. Yeah.
Yes.
Chow from chow. I love the cinnamon in that.
So good.
So
It
good.
seriously makes it.
It really does. Well, thank you so much,
Welcome.
Megan, for inviting us into your home.
Welcome.
And hopefully we can come again.
Oh, please. I have many more ideas.
Oh, awesome. So we're going to, we're going to try to make this more often, but thanks for giving us the grace and patience to figure it out. But yeah, so from everybody at Oregon Weight and Wellness, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.